What's good, y'all? It's your guy Makai, and welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest arguments lately in the NBA community, and that's the argument that LeBron James deserved MVP over Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the arguments for that is just so crazy to me. It's like I just had to get on here and explain my thoughts on the whole situation. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a LeBron fan. Like, I support LeBron and all that, but I'm not one of the people that thinks he should have won MVP this year. I predicted Giannis would win MVP because he had an MVP caliber season. The man averaged 30 points, about 13 and a half rebounds, about 6 assists, and he had, I think, the highest player efficiency rating in NBA history. And on top of all that, he led his team to the highest record, to the best record in the NBA. And you want him to not win MVP over that? Now, the argument that I'm going to use is that imagine LeBron switched Giannis and LeBron's roles, and imagine LeBron had those stats. Would it even be an argument that Giannis deserves it if LeBron had Giannis' exact stats? No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be an argument at all. And I don't understand why people get so hurt over who wins MVP. The MVP doesn't mean the best player. It just means he had the best season. He was the most impactful player, and he was the most, necessary for his team's success. And now people argue, LeBron is more valuable to the Lakers than Giannis is to the Bucks, because he would say, "Oh, if Giannis left the Bucks, they'd still be a playoff team. They go to the second round, yada yada. If LeBron left the Lakers, they wouldn't make the playoffs." Like, they say crazy things like that, as an argument to, argue that LeBron deserved the MVP. And LeBron, he didn't have a bad season. It's not like, he had a non-MVP season. Somebody just had a better season. That happens. It's happened a lot to LeBron. LeBron is an MVP candidate every single year he plays, besides last year because of the injury stuff. But LeBron could win MVP every year. But you got to realize, the NBA voting system is not just some, robot that watches games. It's voted on, fans like us. It's voted on by media members that watch the games like us. They like players like us, have favorite players like us. And, it's not going to be perfect, but you think they're going to vote for LeBron every single year? Like, there's evidence that, voters get tired of the same player winning the award. Like, look at how Jordan lost the MVP to Karl Malone, like, back in the 90s. It's called voter fatigue. Voters get tired of seeing the same player win the MVP. And, at the end of the day, MVP is a great award to have, but as Giannis said, he'd rather have a championship than an MVP. And I'm pretty sure LeBron isn't losing sleep over this one. This isn't the first time he's been, quote-unquote, snubbed for an MVP. And it probably won't be the last time, even though it'll probably be one of the last times, because LeBron's career is probably coming into an end in the next couple of years. But yeah, it's ridiculous because there's no way Giannis plays Defensive Player of the Year, defense, has the highest player efficiency rating in NBA history, averages 30 points, 13 and a half rebounds, and about 6 assists in 30 minutes, I might add. He only played an average of 30 minutes a game. You know how crazy that is to have those stats in just 30 minutes? That's 18 minutes he was not in the game, and he still had those stats. That's a crazy realization to me. But yeah, there's no way that Giannis shouldn't have won MVP. If he wouldn't have won, I would have been saying that he got snubbed more than I'm saying LeBron got snubbed. But, as long as LeBron's in the NBA, this is going to happen every single year. LeBron fans are always going to be like, he got snubbed. They say this literally every single year. Every year, LeBron got snubbed for MVP. And then this year, LeBron shed some light on what he thinks. And he's saying that he thinks the voting system is a bit flawed. And he brought up how in 2013, I believe it was, 2012-13, he could have won Defensive Player of the Year. And that the voters voted Marc Gasol Defensive Player of the Year, but they voted him second team all defense. And it's like, I see where he's coming from, but you got to realize all defensive selections and MVP is very different. All defense selections, they go by position. There's only so many, positions to go in the first team all defense. There's only one center. So it's like, how do you expect him to be in the first team all defense when he probably wasn't the best defensive center? It was just the overall best defensive player. Wait, nah, that don't sound right. But I know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is voting is not the same for every award. There's different criteria for different awards. The criteria for Defensive Player of the Year is not the same criteria for all NBA defense. And it's like, I'm tired of hearing it, man. I'm tired of hearing LeBron got snubbed. When LeBron, he's not losing any sleep over this, it don't even matter. Because LeBron's competing for a championship. Giannis lost in the second round. And Giannis himself, he said he's not happy with it. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the whole LeBron James deserved MVP situation. LeBron going to MVP every year of his entire life. You could argue it until the day we die that he deserves to have, 16 MVPs. But at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, he'd much rather have championships than MVPs. And well, without a doubt, the NBA voting system is flawed because, man, some of the votes that these guys be making. I mean, it came out today that the dude who voted Zion Williamson over John Morant, he only did it because Zion Williamson, he had a better schedule, I think he said, than John Morant, like more nationally televised games than the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, just, ridiculous stuff like that. You have Ramona Shelburne at ESPN saying she's a narrative-based voter. She votes, based on the story around the season. And it's like, when you got voters like that, it's hard to not get upset, when certain players doing certain things. You got a guy voting Patrick Beverley Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, they need to really, check who they allow to have a vote, because I feel like if you make such an egregiously wrong vote, you should get your vote taken away, because Jesus Christ, son. Like, I don't know how you could have watched this season and thought, oh, Zion Williamson is the Rookie of the Year. But that's not the point of this video. The point, Giannis Antetokounmpo had the better season, had the better stats this season, led his team to more success this season. And if LeBron had done what Giannis did, it wouldn't even be a question that LeBron would have won MVP. So why is it a question that Giannis won MVP? It shouldn't be. Alright, y'all, if you stayed to the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.